Hello, good people. I hope everyone is having a great day or at least choosing to make it one. In this video, I'm going to be talking to you guys about why it's important to know the needs and characteristics of a plant before you purchase it simply because it's pretty. Of course, we all want nice looking house plants as we beautify our homes. But let's also look at how much time you have on your hands and why that's even important. Let's look at things like visual awareness before purchasing the plant to kind of assess the health of the plant. Let's look at things like, is this plant toxic to pets or children? And last but not least, how much is this plant costing? Stick around and I'll get into it. Right into it. Sunlight. It can be a very important factor in your plant's vitality. Even if the plant you're purchasing only needs a little light, it is important to know the plant's lighting needs, especially if you're expecting to see any growth from this plant. So, before you spend your coins, consider plants have various lighting needs. Some are like, shine on me, baby, while others are like, can you please close the blinds? I'm trying to take a nap. Get an idea of how much light your plant desires before you just purchase it and stick it somewhere. Or be prepared to buy plant lights, more money. Or, hey, here's an idea, buy some plants that like chilling in the shade. That'll do it for you. If your home does not have much access to natural outside light, perhaps you only have a few amount of windows in your home, or maybe you have a lot of windows, but there's only about two of them that really get any nice amount of natural sunlight coming through. So that's going to be an important factor, knowing how much light the plant you're intending on purchasing desires. Lighting alone is a good area to think about when you're about to purchase your plant. It'll definitely set you up to make good decisions, and when you bring it home to know, okay, where should I put it instead of just popping it anywhere. Here's a question. Is your life like chill or busy, or is your life like busy? Here's what I'm asking. Plants have different attention needs, like water. So if you don't have a lot of time on your hands, you may not want to get that plant that requires watering like 2 to 3 days a week. Instead, look into a plant that you can get away with watering like twice a month. They're out there. But if you just can't resist and the plant has caught your eye, hey, who am I to judge? Get the plant, child, be great. Buy it, get the plant. Seriously, if you are just at the very beginning of your journey with houseplants, like I said, you really might want to consider getting one that only requires you to water it like twice, dos times a month. And you'll be less stressed for it instead of trying to figure out, oh my gosh, did I water the plant? I forgot to water my plant. My plant is dying. We don't want that. So yeah, if you don't have a lot of time in that schedule, grab that plant that doesn't require much attention as far as watering. How about I give you a few ideas? Here's some right here. And I'll even list a few more in the description box. See, I'm so nice. Here's another tip. Sometimes plants at these big box stores, they be having issues. Like, so before you grab it up and pop it in your buggy, you might want to check the plant for things like, are little gnats flying around this plant in the store? Don't get it. What about yellowing leaves, or like brown spots on the leaves, or like even little holes in the leaves or whatever that can like indicate that some kind of bug has been chewing on the plant? You don't want to get that guy. Or here's another one that I personally fall for some time. If a lot of the leaves are like broken, like you'll see the stems are like kind of broken half, or like a lot of the leaves are kind of like torn, that probably means like in the process of them shipping the plant and what have you, they've moved it around pretty harshly. So again, if you're at the beginning of your journey, you may not want to play plant doctor, and I say leave that puppy on the shelf. I am guilty of going ahead buying it, but I really try to just leave it there. If especially like I want to say 30% or more of the leaves have something crazy or funky looking going on. And then sometimes there's, for me, this is my second year of messing around with houseplants in a serious way. Sometime I will catch a plant that has like, oh my gosh, 5, 6, 7, 8 beautiful leaves, and then maybe like the other leaves surrounding it don't look the best. And I'm kind of guilty of bringing it home, trying to doctor on it. But you probably shouldn't do that if you're at the beginning of your plant journey. Just a tip, just a thought. Hey, take it or leave it. It's just advice. Then there's actual like plant flower shops, you know, the really nice ones, and all they do is sell plants and flowers. Very, very alluring. However, sometimes they're a little bit overpriced. That's not to say don't go shopping in there. Just beware. Make sure you don't spend more than you can afford out of your pocketbook. Okay? Stay in your budget. Stay in your budget. Sometimes I go a little bit out of my budget. Guilty. But plants at these types of plant flower shop stores, they are usually very healthy. And so, to be honest, sometimes it can be worth the purchase. Perhaps thinking about making a planned purchase and it won't be so bad. I actually recently visited one of my local flower shops. Talk about a kid in a candy store. That was me. I was oogling and looking at everything. Oh, the workers there were so kind and amazing. I'm actually going to be dropping another video really soon where I take you guys to various stores with me, different plant shops, flower shops, and big box stores where I mosey around and do a little bit of plant shopping and reviewing myself. So be looking out for that one. Moving along, just remember, take the time to not merely buy a plant off of first glance because you're excited to become a plant mama or a plant papa and beautify your home, but slow down. Take the time to assess how much sunlight or plant light this plant is gonna need. Take time to assess like a base visual of the plant's health, things we talked about like yellow leaves, brown spots on the leaves, broken stems, torn leaves. Here's another one. I'm not sure if I said it or not. Take your finger or just kind of really look deep into the plants, not deep, but on the surface level of the plant soil to make sure you don't see any like little creepy crawlies or anything like that. Sometimes I literally will just take a finger or two and give the very top part of the soil like a little skim, a little rub to make sure I don't see like any fungus gnats or anything crawling around. I'll look at the leaves really well, especially the back of the leaves, to make sure I don't see like any aphids or spider mites or anything like that on the leaves. So again, just take time, slow down when you're plant shopping to help yourself make a better decision and to make sure you don't waste your hard-earned money. You know, really give that plant a quick once over before you head to the register and spend your coin. I feel like I'm dropping some good knowledge today. If you liking what you're hearing so far, do me a big fave and go ahead and that like button. You heard me. Poke that like button for me, please and thank you. Another nugget, guys. Annuals versus perennials. Perhaps you've walked past that type of signage at one of your local plant stores before and had no clue what it meant. Let me put it briefly like this. Annual, what's annual? Like once a year, like annually. So those are usually meaning the plant and or flower is good for that season or seasons that it's meant to do its thing in, and once it dies off, well, it's gone. Whereas perennials, they're gonna stay alive as long as you take great care of them. They might even outlive you. Oh, anyway, take good care of a perennial and it'll be around for a long, long time. I diddle daddle with both. I do have way more perennials, as once I fall in love with something and I think it's so beautiful, I don't want it to go anywhere. I want it to stay with me forever and ever and ever. Be like, staying alive, staying alive. Okay, ignore me. I want to be a singer. But yes, that is the difference. Annuals, you're gonna enjoy that for the season and or seasons in that year that it's meant to do its thing, and perennials will love you forever. So just before I peace out, I do have one more cheat for you guys. Stick around, you're gonna want to hear this. But before I tell you what it is, hey, can you hit that subscribe button for me? Don't you want like more great content? Huh, 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 huh? Hit it, hit it, hit it. Okay, anyway, here is the cheat. Apps. That is the way I find out how much light a plant needs, how much water it needs, what is the name of this plant, is it toxic to pets or children? Apps. Yeah, that's my cheat. I have two, actually, yeah, two different apps I use, and I will post them in the description box for you. There you go. Or I'll put them some up where up here. I don't know. I'll figure it out. I promise. I'll give you guys the app information. But literally, when I go to the store and I'm shopping for a new plant or plants, I will literally pull my app up and take a picture of the plant that I'm interested in, and literally the app brings up the everything you want to know about this plant, the botanical name of the plant, common names for the plant. Maybe you saw a really pretty plant at your friend's house and they didn't know the botanical name for it, and so they gave you the popular common name for the plant. So the app will tell you all of that. The app will tell you how much sunlight the plant likes, if it likes direct light, if it likes partial light, if it likes to be in the shade. This app will tell you that. The app will tell you how often the plant likes to be watered, whether that's every 3 to 5 days or every like 9 to 14 days. Like, this app is amazing. It's not the end all be all. Of course, you have to pay attention to your plant still, and really a green thumb isn't some natural magical, hey, you got it or you don't thing. If you have this so-called green thumb, and I'm guilty of loving to use the term, it's usually because you spent some time learning what works and what doesn't. But this app really, I really feel like helps you get ahead in your journey with learning about various plants. And so, again, I will leave that information for you guys. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me as I learn, share, grow, and live my blessed life. Later. Ta-ta.